This is my review of yesterday evening's game of Tottenham Hotspur 1, Leeds United 1. And we'll talk a bit about the game and my thoughts on it and everything else. But first of all, let's set a like target. I'm going to go for 5 likes. 5 likes, if I can. Um, so, yeah, game last night, 8 o'clock down at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium um, in Leeds. In London, Leeds were already safe. Um, Tottenham needed to win to put pressure on West to more or less put Tottenham safe against West Ham. Um, but yeah, started the game. First half was a ball fest, to be honest. Um, you could have fallen asleep and not missed anything. Few players for me, and the reason why I don't think they'll be starters next season. Um, or we need to do better. Um, we'll start off. Darlow was bad with his feet yesterday. We'll try to play out from the back. That doesn't suit our game when we're playing a team that's trying to press us like that. Darlow was a bit shaky with his feet. Um, a few times. I think if it is for their goal, I think he was a little unsighted, and then when he did dive through it, he wasn't far away from it. So I think if he had dived a little bit, moved a little bit more to his left, he'd have got to that. But good strike by their play. We'll get to that anyway. Um, right back, right wing back was DJ, with Bogle being out with a hamstring before the game. So Dan James played right wing back. Now I thought he'd made a good right wing back, but by God, you could tell he'd been out injured for ages. Doesn't suit him. He was getting torn down that right hand side um, by the left hand side. Was it Tell and a few others? Central defence, Rodon, excellent game last night. Covered a lot for DJ in the first half. Won a lot of balls, headers, clearances. Um, yeah, just a perfect 8 out of 10 game for Rodon. Jacobiol um, had another solid game. Won everything in the air. Just Colossus. Just huge, and he's just one of those players that we need to build a team around next season if he stays, or depending who we go for. Um, Pascal Strauch. Why he played him, I don't know. He was already a doubt anyway with a hip flexor, and you could tell that was playing on his mind last night, and it looked like it gone again um, through the game. So playing Pascal when he's not 100% in a game like that could have done a little bit more. Injury to himself, could be out maybe for the next game. Left back James Justin's just reliable anyway. Had an excellent game. Um, you could tell we missed Gabby Goodwin on that left hand side though, with going forward and stuff. But yeah, just James Justin really. Moving to centre midfield, Ethan Ampadu, 9 out of 10 for me. Excellent play in that centre midfield. Colossus, winning everything. Wins the penalty, which we'll get to later on. Yeah, just Ethan Ampadu. I'll admit I had my doubts over him when we won the championship because he kept slowing the ball down, kept slowing the game down, and wanting the cameras to be on him in the championship and everything else. I had my thoughts whether he could do it in the Premiership, and he stepped up. So yeah, Michael, Altanaka. Now we can see why he hasn't been when he has been dropped, why he wasn't playing. I don't know what people see in him. I don't know why people want him in there all the time. For me, last night it was a liability. Um, Knocked off the ball a couple of times. Smash a like and subscribe, please, everybody. Knocked off the ball a few times. Their midfielders run past him a few times and stood there watching. For me, like I said last night, he's not championship material, but he's not Premiership material either. He's just that next one up in between. So for me, Tanaka, if somebody comes in to buy him in the summer and we get a decent price, I'd let him go. Because when he's got bigger and quicker footballers coming at him, and when I say bigger, I'm on about built bigger like Caicedo and stuff like that, he doesn't seem to cope that well. So, hello Pedro, Enrico. He doesn't seem to cope that well. So, I think Anton Stack last night wasn't having his usual game. Played well in parts. Just want Anton Stack's usual game, to be honest. And move up to the top front two of Brendan Aronson. Brendan Aronson, to be honest, don't know why he played last night. Yeah, he run around a bit. Yeah, he sent the ball through to DCL, who was ruled offside when it wasn't offside. If they'd have done the freeze frame from when Aronson kicked the ball, DCL was actually onside, and it should have been a penalty. But there we go, it's refereeing for you. Dominic Calvert-Lewin last night played well. A lot of balls bounced off him. Couldn't control it as much as what he normally has been doing, but big defenders up behind him like Van der Ven and stuff like that kept him quiet for a little bit. And yeah, scores a penalty. So we'll get into the game. Like I say, first half nothing. Wasn't that good first half. Second half, come out 50 minutes, 51 minutes. Ball comes in from a corner, comes out. Maffei's on the edge of the box, calmly brings it down on his left foot, and then side foots it side foots it with his right foot into the corner of the goal. For me, I think Darlow's just a little bit to his right there. If he was taking one more step before it to come in, he'd have probably got that. But yeah, can't take away from the goal. Excellent goal. What for the players, Michael? And then on 70, I think it was 78 minutes or 76 minutes, Ethan Ampadu fires the ball in from a throw-in. It bounces around, comes back out. Maffei's tries to do an overhead kick. Ethan Ampadu sees what he's going to try doing, comes running in and gets booted in the head. And it's a penalty. And how that took nearly 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll do that in a minute, Michael. For me, why it took nearly 5 minutes to decide when you could see clearly it's a penalty. It was just wild. So now we've left it in West Ham's hands. Tottenham are going to play Chelsea on Tuesday. They don't play now till Tuesday next week. And we play at 3 o'clock against Brighton. West Ham have got Newcastle on Sunday. I think 5:30 kickoff away at Newcastle. So it's now in West Ham's hands. We can't do any more. We've helped them out with that one. But yeah, what's getting me and what's doing my head in is Tottenham fans. Oh yeah, Leeds will be on the beach, easy 3 points. A lot of West Ham fans I'm seeing are doing the same. Oh, we'll beat Leeds. Leeds are safe. We'll beat Leeds. Um, we're not going to lie down for anybody. No matter who it is, whether we're safe or not, we want to get as many points as we can and to try climb as many places as we can. For me, somebody asked me through the week, how many points do we get with these next 3 games counting last night? So I said 5. I said we get a draw against Tottenham, we get a draw against Brighton, and we beat West Ham for final day. I was in a chat last night on a watch along, asked for score predictions and goal scorers and thing. I said Tottenham will score first. It'll be 1-1 and we'll equalise. So that come true. But yeah, player ratings. Darlow for me is 7. DJ 5. Rodon 8. Biol 8. Pascal 7.5. James Justin 7.5. Ampadu 9. Stack 7. Tanaka 6.5. Aronson 5.5. DCL, because he got the goal, I'll give him a 7. But yeah, we need to finish on the high, take us up nicely into the off season and gives us positive. Yeah, it does. Inky, exactly. Well, do they always win? Or were they just expecting all the teams expecting to take us lightly? Because newly promoted side were meant to be on the beach. No. For me, I said we'd finish on 48 points, which is a draw Tottenham, a draw against Brighton, even though it's his last game of the season at home. Brighton aren't going to be easy. And I think the easiest of the 3 games is West Ham. I think we'll beat them down at their ground. Finish it off. Who do I think gets relegated? Now this is going to be a tight one. Do I see Spurs beating? Spurs haven't beaten Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in 30 years, or something like that. 28 or 30 years. Do it happening? If Spurs can play like they did last night, because I thought they played well, and depending on what Chelsea turns up, could happen. But for me, I think Chelsea pip them. Do I think West Ham can beat Newcastle? They need to. Do I think they will? No, it'll be a draw. But West Ham now need to go for it, all guns blazing, if they want to stay up. Because everybody's wanting Tottenham down. I said at the start of the season I wanted West Ham to go down. And I haven't wavered. I still think West Ham goes down. But it's going to be tight between Tottenham and West Ham. And I think it might end up being a point in it or goal difference that does it. So, moving on. We'll find out Friday. Press conference. I think Bogle's going to be out. I've been told he's going to miss the Brighton game. Goodmanson's going to be out. Okafor going to be out. We'll find out with Pascal how he's doing, but I think he'll be out as well because he was in some pain last night. Facundo Buonanotte wasn't on the bench last night. He got an hamstring injury. That's why we ended up having 2 youngsters on the bench, which it was good to have them there. Gets them a bit of gets them used to Premiership football, even though they haven't played. Even though Chambers last night, if we were going to change formation, would have been good to bring on because he's played right wing, left wing, and in a 10, but I think he's mostly a 10. Lee now, ex-Man City youngster, left back thing. And what got me last night, why did he play Dan James at right wing back when we had Sam Byron that could have played there? Or could have stuck James Justin over to the right and put Sam Byron in at left. For me, yes, Sam Byron hasn't played a lot, but surely he's fit. You know what I mean? What's the point of having him on bench if you're not going to play somebody in that position that can play. You know what I mean? Don't mean we have to go 2 fullbacks, go run 5 in up. For me, we could attack one back and add one up and down all the time. But yeah, it's Longstaff. Yeah, he come on last night. Before he got his injury, he was a starter. And he found it hard to get back in. But when he has come on, like I say, he got the equaliser at Bournemouth. Could have scored 2 last night if it weren't for Kingsley making an excellent save onto the bar. I thought he'd scored it at first, but then Kingsley made the save, or did it hit him? I don't know, but it was a good save anyway. So yeah, Longstaff could maybe do with a start. Will he start him against Brighton? Will he start him against West Ham? Don't know. I think it all depends on that back three of if Pascal's setting up, because Bornau come on last night on that left hand side. His right footed, didn't look overly confident, but did okay. Brendan Aronson is the only player in Leeds United history to play, I think it's so many games in London and not win any. There's a few draws in there, but not win any. So he needs to get that home and off his back. Maybe could do that against West Ham. But for me, yeah, Leeds United all in all, good game. Yeah, I'll do your prediction, Inky. No problem at all. Just let Tip know that I'll be doing it, and I'll do it for you. Like I say, I predicted last night 1-1. I predicted on the predictions that we do 1-1. Got that right. Don't think I got many more right, but yeah, I got that one right. So yeah, I'll predict it for you, Inky. Like I say, for me, it's in West Ham's hands. They need to go out, do all what they need to do. Yeah, it was steady, Michael. It was steady, but if it were me, I'd have dropped Biol to the left hand side and probably put Bornau or Rodon into the middle and then Bornau on right or something, because he's right footed. He looks a bit clunky on his left with Bornau. Mind you, a lot of our central defenders do. But yeah, it was a thing. So for me, Leeds United going forward now, I think we get 4 points from the next 2. I don't think West Ham, like last night after the game, I'm watching a few West Ham podcasts and stuff like that. Oh yes, Leeds will play the under 11s. The under 11s will still beat you. The way you're playing at the moment, you need to pull that back from thing. We've give you another opportunity, and that opportunity you need to take with your hands, with both hands, and run with it, because if no matter what happens, if they get a draw against Newcastle and Spurs get a draw against Chelsea, West Ham are down. So because Tottenham will be 3 points clear with 1 game to go, but the goal difference is 20. I think it's 21 more goals better off, and there's no way West Ham are scoring 21 goals. Yeah, we stayed up on merit, but I had faith in us staying up anyway. People, when it starts season and that, when we dropped into bottom 3 for a week. Well, Daniel Farker needs to go, he needs to change, needs to do this, needs to do that. I don't think any of them looked at the games that the other teams around us had coming up. I did. And I looked at it, thought, they might not pick up, they probably won't pick up points there. They won't pick up points there. And I was right on some of them that I predicted. And we was thing. At that time as well, I think the players were a bit complacent, not just Daniel Farker. But like people say, you can't sack a full team of players, but you can sack a manager. But I'm glad Daniel Farker has turned them round. Everything else, I was never worried. I always said we'll finish 17th on goal difference. Anything better than that is a bonus. So, for me, never worried. We need to get rid of some players next season. Some players we definitely need to get rid of that I don't think are good enough for this team going forward. And a lot of people like them and don't know why they're not playing. Tanaka's one of them. I don't know what people see in him. Gets rid off the ball, loses the ball. Daniel Farker screaming at him last night when he thing. So for me, don't forget this is the highest he's ever played at. He played in the J League in Japan, then moved to Bundesliga 2. Was in Bundesliga 2 for a couple of seasons. Then he moved to us in the Championship, and then into the Premiership. Yeah, it might take him a season to get to it, but when you're in a relegation fight, you haven't got that season to hopefully get somebody up and running. Exactly, Inky. You was there when I said when we had 10 points we would stay up. I was confident. But a lot of these people, oh no, it needs to go, it needs to go. It's not right. We've dropped it bottom 3. We was always going to be down there. A lot of people are saying now, oh, we should be higher up. Why? Because we're Leeds United? No. You finish where you deserve to finish. And we've deserved to finish in where we finish. Yeah, we could have turned some of them draws into wins. We could have turned some of them losses into draws. But, yeah. Yeah, we've had some unlucky games where we've lost, where Gary Goodmanson, excellent header if it had been in other net, but it wasn't in his own net against Fulham. We've had some bad refereeing decisions. But a workman should never blame his tools. Yeah, referees can be there to be blamed at, but we need to go out and not have anything so anybody else is getting blamed. Best. Mez, I don't know why people put Mez in as going anyway. It's going anyway. So people need to forget about Mez being going. We're not going to get any money for him, so there's no point saying, "Oh, Mez can go." He can go wherever he wants. Dan James, he's signed a new contract this season until 2029, so he's still got 3 years left. If that were the case and they were going to sell him, they want to give him the contract. Now I could see going, but we need to get another 2 central defenders in. One to cover now and one for an extra cover. Perot needs to go, but it all depends whether he's going to get offered, what money he's going to get offered at another club, because he might think to himself, well, look, whatever I'm earning at Leeds, I can sit there and take my money and vote for a chance. So it all depends who goes for him. Byram, a lot of people are saying Byram, but we're going to need 8 English players for his English quarter for the Premiership. You need 8 English-born players in his squad. So Sam Byram, whether he gets an extra 3 years contract and he don't play, it's still that player in your in your squad for your English quarter. And if this new rule comes in, where you have to have an under 21 at all times on the pitch next season, whether that, so if you're starting an under 21 and you're taking him off, you've got to bring an under 21 on. That's going to upset a few teams. So that's if the rule comes in. It has been suggested that that's what they want it to do, to try and get some of these under 21 first team football. So let's see what happens there. But for me, people put Mez in there. We're not going to get any money for him. Perot, be lucky if we get 8 million for him. Byram, I think, might stay. Now, if we can recoup anywhere near the 5 million that we paid for him, take it. Dan James, signed till 2029. Depending what wages he's on now, but somebody's going to buy him and take up his wages. Don't think so. For me, they haven't mentioned other players that are in that squad that are going to come back. Jack Harrison, Isaac Smith, Max Wober, Largely, I do backflips, Ramazani. Matteo Joseph. These players as well that can be going. Inky, they're on about bringing it in for next season. Whether it comes in or not, whether it works or not, because that might work against a lot of teams that are in the top six, because a lot of top six teams will go snapping up all the best under 21s, and the other teams will be left with dross. So yeah, but let's see what happens. But for me, Isaac Smith, does he stay next season? Does he go? Paid $3 million for him. If we can get that back, bonus. Max Wober got a year left on his contract. Does he sign it off and say thank you very much for your services? Go find a new club. Jack Harrison, contracted till 2028. His wages, 90 grand a week. Is somebody going to take that on and pay his wages? Don't think so. Matteo Joseph, is he going to come back after his ACL and want to play for Leeds, or does he want to go back out? Then this is what I'm saying. I think we'll get some money for Joffrey, whether that's from Hull, I don't know, but let's see. Maybe a couple of teams in a little bit higher up. Maybe a team that's been promoted from Championship to the Premiership wants to buy him. Maybe he goes to somewhere like Rangers. I think he'll do well at Rangers. But yeah, it's alright saying Mez. He's already going anyway. So but you do need 8 English players in your team, in your squad for the English quota. So if Byron signs another year's contract, don't play, that's fine by me. He's not on big money anyway. So yeah. No, it's live. Why would AI people be in here? Another consolidation. Yeah, Michael, that's what I said. A lot of people saying, oh, let's buy players and push on. Right. And then, for me, if we can finish around where we are now, again next season, that's another excellent season. If you can stay in this league for 3 years or more, and start pushing on, that's when you've got more chance of staying up. A lot of people think we've got a lot of money to spend next season. You get 3.3 million for every position you finish in the Premiership. So that'll help. But we've only got 100 to 120 million to spend again next season. So don't be expecting if we gonna get some. I don't expect us to sign him under 20 million again. Over 20 million again. And War Piglet, afternoon. Yeah, I don't expect us to sign anybody over 20 million again. Don't ask me why. I've just got that feeling. Like I say, I knew about Bornau last season coming in, or at the start of the season before it was even out on any of the boards to say we were after him. And that person has told me that Leeds, if they do go for players at 20 million or over, you'll be looking at 4 to 5 players coming in. If they get rid of a load of players like on the periphery and stuff like that, then you'll be getting players in around about 10, 15, 20 million coming in to fill the gaps of what it is. So depending who we can sell and who we can't sell. And we're forgetting, if people say, I'll get rid of Jack Harrison's pay his contract off, that comes off the wage budget. We've got players that need contracts renewing. Ampadu's got a year left after this season. Nemetja, a year left after this season. Aronson, a year left after this season. I think there's a couple of more. And whatever money they get paid comes off the transfer budget. So, Darren, United, which United? There's only one United, isn't there? No, I'm only joking. Yeah, Leeds. Like I said, Darren, last night I was in your Dillo's watch along last night, and he asked for score predictions. I said it'll finish 1-1. Chelsea will score. Tottenham will score first, and we'll equalise, and it turned out right. So if you need to know any scores, look at that. Skyline. What's your papa's name? And I'll say happy birthday. But yeah, like I say, in where we built a solid team who knows each other and works together. They're not necessarily full of big stars, which we can't afford anyway. Exactly. You know what I mean? We haven't got 49ers is a consortium of a load of people in there that have got money and everything else, but the 49ers are going to lose money before they start earning money. And for me, you need to consolidate in this league first. After 3 years is when a club starts earning money from the Premiership and going out and spending big on players that might. People think, oh yeah, it's £40 million, a good player. Doesn't always mean they're good for every team that they play for. For me, we need, and what I've heard is that we're going for the 3-5-2 formation again next season, and that's what we'll be looking at the players for to bring in. Yep, happy birthday, John. Hope all is well. Hope you've had a good day. Everything else. So yeah, I've heard that they're going for the 3-5-2 formation next season. That's what they'll be buying players for. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I've heard that, and I've heard it a couple of times from 2 different people that aren't on podcasts, that aren't on everything else, but are close to Leeds United. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Smash a like, subscribe. On the road to 350. Yep, and let's do all this again on Sunday against Brighton, which I think will be a draw. Last game of the season. Like I say, I was asked how many points out of the last 3 games. Tottenham, Brighton, West Ham. I said a point at Tottenham, point against Brighton, and we beat West Ham last game of the season. And we relegate West Ham. So, yep, thanks for watching. Smash a like, all that. We'll find out, Coxer. We'll find out on Friday how bad it is. It's only an hip flexor, which is your joints, that's all. So we might be out, it might not be. Anyway, thanks for watching. Smash a like, subscribe, all that jazz. And we'll speak again. I'll probably speak again Saturday. After Daniel Farker's press conference will be Friday. So I'll do a live again Saturday with my starting lineup when I know who's fit, who's not. Formation wise, everything else. So yeah, smash a like, subscribe, all that lot. Inky, I'll see you Friday night. So yeah, all Leeds, aren't we?